Right, so guys, we are looking at one difficult level question of the type of question we did last lesson. So I've got a quadratic equation. I'm asked to solve x in terms of k. Okay, so the difference is that now they don't give me a number. Normally we have a number times x squared plus a number times x plus a number. Now we just have a k. Okay, remember that all quadratic equations so far that we worked with, they all look like this. Okay, so as I told you, what to do is we just have to identify first of all what is the a, b, and the c. So what is a? A is the k. B is k minus 1. And c is minus 1. Okay, so x is your variable. X is something that can change. But the k is a parameter, it's a fixed one. So we do the same thing. We use the equation we learned last lesson. We just substitute instead of a, b, and c. So we're going to write x1, 2 is equal to minus b. Okay, so maybe we can do it in straight away. What is minus brackets k minus 1? Can we invert the...
Negative k plus 1.
1 minus k. But let's do it in 2 steps. Minus k minus 1. Okay, negative k plus 1. You're right. But let's leave it like that. So minus b plus minus. Okay. b squared. K minus 1 squared minus 4 times a, which is c, times minus 1. Don't forget the minus 1 for a, for c. Divided by 2a is 2k. We are happy so far? Okay, now we start massaging it. We'll give it a algebraic massage. Okay, minus 1 times. That is basically 1 minus k. Okay? I've inverted it. Okay? Plus minus. Okay, now we need to open it. We got to open it. Okay? We got to use that formula, guys. By grade 11, I hope you're singing that formula. A minus b squared is equal to what? A squared minus 2ab. You're giving me a heart attack here. Plus b squared. Okay, you got to remember that, guys. You got to remember that. Okay, it has to flow. It has to flow. Okay? Maths is like sports. Maths is different to academic. Let me just pause here. Not everyone needs to hear that. Right, okay, so that's going to be k minus 1 squared. We use that equation. Your k is your a. 1 is like your b. So it's going to be k squared minus 2k times 1. So it's minus 2k plus 1. Okay? That needs to flow. Now I've got minus 4k times minus 1, that's plus 4k. Okay? And then all that I'm dividing by 2k. We happy so far?
No, sir.
I'll just pause. So now we gotta just tidy up a little bit. Okay, so that's equal to 1 minus k plus minus. Alright, what do I have here? K squared stays k squared. Minus 2k plus 4k is plus 2k plus 1. Yeah? Divided by 2k. Right. Funny enough, we spoke about factorization. Now we need to factorize. Okay? Because how do I do square root of this thing? Okay, well, let's leave that one. I need to factorize this. How do I factorize k squared plus 2k plus 1? That's a trinomial. Now you can go the old-fashioned way and say, right, let's write it down here. Can I write something here? K squared plus 2k plus 1. You can say, all right, it's k times k. It's the easy one. It's a grade 9 level trinomial because we have nothing in front of the k squared. Okay? And then you have to think about two numbers that add to 2 and multiply to 1. What will that be?
Minus 2 minus 1.
They add up to 2 and then multiply to 1.
1
and 1, right? Right? Multiply 1 by 1, you get 1. Add 1 plus 1 is equal to 2. Yeah? But this is exactly what I was telling you, Jacques. If you remember that formula, okay, you got something squared plus 2 times something plus something squared. I see this, straight away I say, that's k plus 1 squared. Right? Because you've got k squared. If I look at that, k squared plus 2k plus 1. Okay, so if you don't remember that, you're going to have to go a long way in trying to trinomialize this, which will take you probably 3 minutes if you get lucky. If you remember that, you say, oh, that must be a... You know, let me give you another little hint here. If you're going to square root this thing, then that thing inside better be a square, right? Because squaring something like a square is easy, right? You understand? You can see where we're going next. If this was not square, then we will be screwed, okay? Because then how do you take a square root of something that is not a square? That makes sense, okay? But now it's easy. Okay, what is the square root of k plus 1 squared? What is the square root, I'm not writing it right, square root of 3 squared? 3. What is the square root of 5 squared? 5, okay? Square root and square is like opposite thing, right? So if I square this here, and now I'm squaring root this, what will I get? K plus 1. But I still have that plus minus. So I must write plus k plus 1 in brackets, because I've got that option of minus. Okay, you'll see in a second why that's important. Okay, now I'm going to split into the two solutions. I'm going to split. So x1 is equal to 1 minus k plus k plus 1. I can ditch the brackets, because if I'm adding something, that's not going to do anything. Minus k plus k dies away. I'm getting 1 over 2k. Yeah, I'll pause. All right, so thank you very much spotting. Jacques, you spotted the mistake. Okay, so that's 1 plus 1. I should get to 2. So the answer really is 1 over k. That's one solution. The second solution, do I have space here? Okay. The second solution is 1 minus k. Now I'm taking minus that. So what is let's write it down. I'm not going to mess around with you. K plus 1. So we're minusing k plus 1 divided by 2k. So that's 1 minus k minus k. And here a lot of people make a mistake, this minus 1. Okay? Alright? That's why it's important, essential, vital to keep these brackets. When I take the square root of this square, I must keep the brackets. Because when I take the negative solution, if I didn't take the brackets, I will have minus k plus 1. So I must keep that bracket, so it's going to be minus 1. Obviously dividing it by 2k. And what I'm going to get here, 1 minus 1, killing each other. I'm getting minus 2k over 2k, which seems to be minus 1. Are these both the solutions that we get in the book? Okay, I'll pause and answer any questions. Okay, so now when we've got this formula, and I told you it's kind of working like robot to solve an equation, a quadratic equation, then we can actually in a position to use a calculator to give us the answer straight away. What do I mean straight away? So you won't have to write down this whole complicated line. Let's say, I don't know, giving us, let's just work with a question. Let's say we have 4x squared minus 4x minus 3 equal to 0. Okay, we want to solve that. Okay, so last lesson what we did, we said, okay, x12 equal minus b. So 4 plus minus square root b squared, 4 squared minus 4 times minus 3 divided by 2a. So we got to do that by hand, then put it in the calculator and pray that we didn't make any mistakes here. Okay? But now I'm going to show you how we can do it straight away with the calculator. So first thing you do is press mode. Okay? We press mode. Do it now if you're with me. Okay? Press mode. Now, if you're ever stuck on mode and you want to go back to normal, you press 1 to comp, and then it's just normal 1. But now we're going to look for the equation, which is number 5. And you see 5? Equation, EQN. If you have an old calculator like mine, then sorry, you can't. Okay, now we have a whole bunch of equations. We're going to choose number 3. Number 3 is a quadratic equation. It looks like this. ax squared plus bx plus c. Okay? So you're going to choose number 3. Number 1 is linear equation. Number 2 is linear but with 3 variables. 4 is a cubic function. So we choose number 3. Now look at this. What do they have? What did they have on the screen? Okay, we have A, B, and C. So A, B, and C. In other words, you need to enter the parameters. So instead of A, what are we going to write? We're working on this equation. So instead of A, what should I write? 4. Okay, and then I think I press equal.
Yeah.
And then you can see the 4 jumps up to the A. Okay? You see the 4 jumps up to the A. Okay? Now the B, I'm going to move the B. The B in this case is minus 4. So that was 4. That's minus 4. Don't forget to write minus 4. Okay? They can't, computer, calculator, can't guess it. Boom, it shoved that minus 4 up. And last one, the C, what is the C? Minus 3. So minus 3 equal. Boom. Okay, what do we do now? Another equal? Another equal, okay? Can see, maybe we'll last check to see that the A, B, and the C are the right one. Pressing equal. What does it say? X1 equal 3 over 2. And then I want to get the next one, X2 equal minus half. Is that cool or what?
So we should get this
So you never have to do that again.
Well, you do. If they just give you that and solve, no problem. Use the calculator. But if you just like the question we had before, when instead of the A was K minus 1 and all that stuff, obviously you can't use the calculator. Right? Then you stop. So you need to learn to use both. Okay, I'm going to stop this video and we'll do another video for fractions, I think.